From Oshkosh West High School, it's a battle for Oshkosh bragging rights as the West Wildcats at 4-0 welcome in the number 1 team in the Division I state rankings, the 3-0 North Spartans. Hello, welcome to boys high school basketball from Oshkosh Media alongside Nick Bodie. My name's Matt Menzel and the Oshkosh West Wildcats. It's an experienced bunch. They got size. They bring back 9 players. They have 6 at 6'2" or taller. And Nick is a team that's been led by the player senior Derek Kroll. He's coming off a 25-point showing with 8 rebounds and a couple of assists a week ago, and it was a 71-67 victory against Neenah.
Yeah, West played really well in that game against Neenah. They out-rebounded Neenah High School 32-27 in that one. Shot a solid 51% on field goals, and they were 44% from the three-point arc. I mean, that's just absolutely unbelievable. Also, 82% from the charity stripe. This is a high-scoring bunch. They spread the ball around a lot, and they love to come in and shoot the lights out.
And, of course, for North, we talk about Tyrese Halliburton, the reigning conference player of the year, and he's headed to Iowa State, committed back in September, helping to lead the team to a victory last Friday and knocking off Appleton West 86-65.
Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton absolutely been explosive this year. Of course, the 2016 Player of the Year in this Fox Valley Association Conference. They've had kind of an up and down. They scored 103 against Marshfield, but they got in a dogfight against Appleton East where they only scored 35. Currently averaging about 80 points a game, so I think this will be a high-scoring one. I would expect defense to be optional in this matchup, partner.
Goot Dang will be jumping for Oshkosh North in the green. He's out there along with Dylan Crumry, Tyrese Halliburton, Quincy Anderson, and Wesley Sheik, the starting 5 for North. And for West, they will counter with Ben Cole, Noah Steinhilber, Carter Thomas, Luke Hassel, and Derek Kroll. The opening tip is going to be tracked down by Halliburton.
You already see the length of this tremendously sized Oshkosh North team. Deng and Halliburton, massively tall, 6'5", both of them.
And a steal, Carter Thomas, 2-0 Wildcats.
Carter Thomas already off to a really hot start. He's a player I would watch to have a big game, hit a couple of nice threes in their last game against Neenah. Already off to a hot start here.
He's number 2 on the team in scoring. He is 4th in the Fox Valley Association. This matchup does feature the top 4 scorers in the FVA, 2 per side. Halliburton coming number 3 in the conference and scoring at almost 19 a game. Able to dump it off. Shot was missed, though, by Dang.
Dang missed an opportunity there, but we saw Halliburton's tremendous ability, not just as a scorer, but also as a passer. He distributes very well, and that's an one foul there for number 42, Derek Kroll. This guy, the big leader of the West Wildcats, as we said, 23.8 points per game so far this year. He's a big man, but he also has tremendous outside shot ability, as do all of these Wildcats. They're able to draw the foul, put the team and the defender on his back, and now he comes to the line here for some free throws.
Kroll is tops of the conference in scoring, 24 points a game. Foul against Wesley Sheik hits first, team foul 1. 3-point play, unable to complete with the free throw miss, and the rebound hauled in by Dang. Spartans down 4-0 with the basketball. Just underway here is the jumper, good. Crumry with the field goal for the Spartans.
Nice job there from Dylan Crumry, the 6'3" forward, doing a nice job to finish off the drive there, given the pass dished out there by Halliburton.
16:45 to go here in the first half. That's tipped by Crumry, and he's able to create the turnover. Lobbing it back door, up and under with the left hand for Quincy Anderson.
Quincy Anderson also having an incredible year, had 10 points in that tight game against Appleton East. He's averaging 13 though per game. He hit 6 3-pointers on Marshfield to start off. He's going to be a guy whose name we will call a lot tonight.
And just like that, this game is tied at 4. Well off the mark with the 3-ball, but the putback for Kroll following the 3-ball missed by Thomas.
Beautiful job there by Kroll using those big man moves down low, but don't get fooled, folks. He's got a beautiful outside ability, kind of an oversized guard here, as we see with Halliburton, who's a 6'5" playing point guard at the high school level. He shot up 3 inches in the last year, one of the big reasons that the Iowa State Cyclones were enticed to sign him.
We have a Wildcat foul following the battle with Crumry, trying to bring down the rebound. It's the first against Derek Kroll, who's being recruited by a number of Division II and Division III schools around the Midwest. For the Spartans, they bring Will Schmidt in early. A whiteout here at West. See that student section. 3-ball halfway down and out. Rebound is hauled in by Luke Hassel.
Luke Hassel, the big center, a good one to watch in this one. Number 54 has got a lot of height. He can play that classic post roll, but he hit 6 3-pointers in a game already this year. Beautiful finish there by Derek Kroll, already showing up big time. This is why he averages almost 24 points a game, getting involved and doing it early. Halliburton takes a foul there.
Well, for Kroll coming off, mentioned the 25 points showing a week ago. He has scored as many as 39, a career best against Milwaukee Riverside, number 5 in the preseason Division I state rankings. That was an 84-65 Wildcats win.
Number 10, Quincy Adams checks out. And also a changing of the guards here for Oshkosh West, who's going to put in number 20, AJ Ambroso, who stands at 5'11".
Steinhilber picking up his first team foul, 2 as the inbound to Lavelle Washington. He fakes one way, goes the other. Washington strong off glass. On the push by Thomas. Thomas dumping it off. After the pump fake, 2 points for Steinhilber.
Beautiful patience there by Steinhilber. Gets him with the pump fake, waits for the defender, and if you leave your feet, you leave yourself vulnerable. Number 12 able to capitalize beautifully. Halliburton trying to answer, and he does brilliantly with an and one, showing why this young man is the number 5 recruit in all of high school basketball in the state of Wisconsin.
As mentioned, they're already making his future plans be known back in September. Off this spin move, the contact, the and one for Halliburton. It offers from Bradley, Cincinnati, Cleveland State, Drake, Green Bay, IUPUI, Indiana State, Miami of Ohio, Milwaukee, Minnesota, Nebraska, Northern Illinois, Northern Iowa, Toledo, UNC Charlotte, William and Mary, and Wyoming. Settling in Iowa State, but it almost might have been easier to say what schools were not interested in Halliburton.
I mean, who wouldn't love a 6'5" point guard? He's almost got a little bit of that Magic Johnson in him. He's got the size to outmatch a guard that's going to play defense on him, but meanwhile, he can match up on anybody in the front or backcourt. He loved Iowa State's winning tradition. He's been experiencing that all through his high school career here at Oshkosh North, and he said they win, they've gone to the tournament 6 years in a row, they know how to win, and that was important to me.
Well, Lavelle Washington commits a foul off a 3-ball attempt for Derek Kroll. 6 points already for the senior among 5 seniors for West. We talk about their experience, a team that last year won 6 games. Watch this block attempt and then too much body by Washington.
Basketball, just like soccer, if you're going to go for a steal, any contact has to be with the ball. And most coaches will tell you if you're going to foul, do not foul a shooter. If somebody's a shooter, 3-pointers or field goals, they're having a really good night. They might hit 50%, but you get up against a great free throw shooter, he might hit 9 out of 10 of those all night, make it a very long evening as Kroll rolls this second one through. He was getting spirit fingers from the student section from Oshkosh West. They are on their feet and clad in white for this big rivalry game.
11-7, Wildcats up by 4 with 15:05 to go in the first half. Halliburton not shy.
Oh boy, that was way downtown. He wasn't even close to the 3-point line there. Way off of it, and he drills it from all the way out there. That would have been good from the NBA.
Boy, last year he was in double figures 22 times.
Steal.
Here's a steal. Look out below. A 2-hand slamma jamma.
And the rim shudders as the 6'5" guard steals and jumps on one, goes down there, and this home crowd is not happy. Meanwhile, the Spartan faithful going nuts. They love watching number 14 come out here and do his thing.
And just like that, it's 12-11. Spartans up by 1. Already Halliburton has 8 points.
Goot Dang, number 35, trying to force the issue here with this front court, get in their face, force a mistake here against number 3 from West, Ben Cole.
Ambroso on the pass.
Cole for a field goal, dishes out.
Thomas a 3-ball.
And this is what we love to see from this guard from Oshkosh North. He's got a really smooth action. That's, of course, number 24, Carter Thomas, had a couple of nice 3-pointers in their last game.
Knocking that 3 to give the Wildcats a 2-point lead again at 14-12. Carter Thomas, he's taken a big step this season according to the coaching staff. No answer on the other end. Thomas the rebound, but for Thomas last year, he was moved up. He was on the freshman team, moved up to varsity, played sparingly, averaged about 3 points a game. Now he's second on the team and 4th in the conference, over 17 points a game, has 5 rebounds and 4 assists.
He's got a really nice, smooth shooting action. Watching some film on him from earlier on in this year, this guy's got a really smooth 3-point shot. If you leave him open as you do here, going to be in trouble. A rare miss, though, from number 24, Carter Thomas.
For a softer touch there for Thomas. Halliburton trying to go between the legs. Still picks up the assist on the 3-ball by Quincy Anderson.
You gotta put somebody in number 14's face. This isn't a team where you can just guard the lane and feel like you're safe. Yes, he's a big guy, but he's got a wicked 3-pointer proven there why you can't leave him open deep.
Anderson already with an NCAA Division II scholarship offer from Chico State. 15-14, Spartans up by 1, 12:55 to go in an action-packed first half. Thomas for 3, right back at you.
Beautiful dish there from Ben Cole. Nice bounce pass out to Thomas, and that is money in the bank all day long. These guards are really looking in sync so far for West.
Halliburton on the driving kick.
Wide open number.
And the 3 ball for Abraham Sheik, no good. He's a transfer from Valley Christian High School along with his brother Wesley. A couple of nice additions. Both are putting up some ridiculous totals at that level. In the case of Abraham Sheik, he was averaging over 21 points a game last year as a sophomore.
And if you're Coach Ben Weber, you say, yeah, Sheik, look how good these guys are. I'll take 2 of them.
No kidding. And how about these moves? Anderson did everything right but finish. Thomas will slow it down for West. It is 17-15. Wildcats up by 2. 12:05 to go in this first half. Thomas with the pass, on the dribble, the dish, and the finish for Dylan Wright.
Really nice job there by Dylan Wright. The 6'1" forward slams that one in down from the post. This is going to be a dogfight down low, but you cannot let these guys beat you on the outside either. I think both these teams want to come in and shoot the lights out tonight. I would expect this game to maybe even get into the triple digits, partner, at the rate this one's going.
I'll tell you, these coaches will get a workout in from the sideline. Look at Michael Johnson, 3rd season at the varsity helm, 8th year now with the program.
Yeah,
Off the foul that went against Ben Cole, jumper for Anderson.
And Quincy Anderson, they call him Q Dot. His nickname was Q all through high school, but when he finally got on Instagram, he put a Q with a period next to it. People started calling him Q Dot. Enjoys cooking and playing ping pong in his spare time.
Well, look at a serve up a dish here.
And
instead, it's Halliburton, who's in double figures already for now the 3rd time. He's been all or nothing here in the early going, and mostly all, as he has scored 27 and 21 points in his 2 double-figure scoring performances. You see Kroll on the play on. He has 9 points.
Goes up strong, and the refs are letting these boys play. So this is going to be a physical game, crosstown rivalry. Crowd all over on their feet here. Halliburton showing his beautiful passing ability.
Sheik on the miss, but the putback. The putback from Washington.
Number 24, Lavelle Washington, the 6-foot guard. They're able to get the rebound and do it nicely. And this is what makes Halliburton so dangerous. Yes, he's a great shooter. Yes, he can score, but he's not selfish. He dishes the ball out. He's got eyes in the back of his head. Makes a beautiful pass here.
It's now 23-21 for the Wildcats. Kroll is in double figures for the 5th time this season.
Exactly what we expected. Kroll and Halliburton taking over the game. This one might come down to who mates can step up and give him a hand here in this one.
10.5 minutes to go. In the corner here in the first half. Air ball in the attempt by Washington. And you better believe the Wildcat faithful will make sure he remembers that attempt.
Ben Cole takes it up court here, trying to get it past Dylan Crumry, who stands a towering 6'3".
Cole again with 13 now. He was averaging over 15 points a game last year as an all-conference mention. He's up to 24 and counting this year. Adds the rebound and the assist as well to his stat line. Thomas a 3 ball. Thomas's 3rd 3 of this first half.
That is as smooth as butter right there, partner. This kid is absolutely locked in on the 3-point shot, as is this entire West team. That is their strength. This outside shooting really has made a difference so far against North, trying to keep pace with one of the best players in the state right now.
28-21, Wildcats up by 7. 3 ball, Washington off the back iron. Rebound hauled in by the Wildcats, that by Ben Cole.
Washington's missed a couple of those outside shots, so watch West. They might start to leave him open and commit to other people, or maybe just guard him to the inside. He's got to prove to them he can make those outside shots.
3 ball missed by Cole, under 9.5 to go here in this first half. Halliburton, again the drive and kick into the corner with Wesley Sheik. Heck of a cross-country athlete. A 3 ball, hits the tray. Wesley Sheik makes it 28-24. Wildcats up by 4. 9:05 to go in this first half.
Already a high-scoring affair here, and look for West to answer. They'll bounce it outside, pass it around until somebody gets a wide-open shot, unless it gets stolen, which it is here.
Washington soar into the bucket. He is fouled by Thomas, who picks up his first.
And if you're not able to get the layup on that, you'll certainly take the foul, and one would have been a little bit more preferable, but the West Wildcat there does not look happy. His arms folded on the sideline as they send Lavelle Washington, the 6-foot guard, to the line here for some charity shots.
He's averaging 5.5 points a game. His season best is 9. Team fouls right now at 5-2 in favor of the Wildcats.
Right in front of the West student section. Let's see how they try to get in his head. And they have some effect on number 24 right here.
See the takeaway, and then Washington looking to soar to the bucket, strong against Thomas. But talking about the pacing, talking about the offense, the Spartans average about 75 points a game. The Wildcats over 80. As you mentioned, defense optional.
Coach Brad Weber said of this Oshkosh North team, they like to get out and run. They can sometimes force the issue and have poor shot selection, which I think they saw in that tight game against Appleton East. But in a game like this, they thrive. They love back and forth, high-scoring basketball.
28-25, Wildcats up by 3. Nearly taken away by Washington in the corner. 8:40 on the first half game clock. Ambroso.
A.J. Ambroso, the first guy to really slow it down here for either team as they finally kind of sit around, set up their offense. Are they just biding their time till somebody swings wide open? Ben Hazel waiting down there in the bottom of the post.
Thomas from way downtown. Oh, he shot that from Nina and knocked it down. His 4th 3 of this first half to give him 14.
He looks absolutely in the zone here tonight. Carter Thomas just making it happen here for his team. And if you're a guard who can shoot like this, can really throw a wrench into a team's defensive game plan, because they don't even have to wait for you to pass somebody off. You can make it happen all on your own.
And remember, Thomas last year added to the varsity team late, used sparingly, more of a reserve role, and now the steps that he has taken this season for a team that pretty much brought everybody back with the exception of second-team all-conference guard Grant Abraham. For Thomas, he had back-to-back 21-point performances against Milwaukee Riverside and against Appleton North. Had 14 already in this first half as Schmidt answers for the Spartans.
And right now, West trying to preserve their perfect season against the undefeated North Spartans, #1 in the state. Crosstown rivalry, Friday night basketball. Doesn't get any better than this. The pressure's on, but these kids don't seem to be feeling it. They are locked in from downtown.
31-27 Wildcats. 7.5 to go in this first half. North able to move up to the #1 ranking after a loss by Spash this past week against Bayport. They finished #1 in the final D1 state rankings last year. Undefeated until they ended up losing in a sectional final against the eventual D1 state champion from Spash, who have won 3 straight D1 titles. That sectional final was a 76-61 final for the Spartans.
And number 34, the massive center, Luke Hazel, stands 6'9", unable to get the ball there. But West does maintain possession. See if they can feed it to Derek Kroll down low on this one.
Kroll being well defended against by Crumry. Knocked away by Crumry and picked up by Dang. Lead feed, and the layup off the window for Dylan Crumry. He has 4 points, and Oshkosh North is back to within 2 at 31-29 with 7 minutes left here in this first half.
Man, Tyrese Halliburton continues to make such a difference as a passer. I mean, he's got that Dan Marino quick release. He just fires it out there. No look, doesn't tip anything off, and does not leave his guys hang out to dry. For a superstar, he shares the ball beautifully. Ben Hazel maintains possession.
I was going to say, of all the quarterbacks, you came up with Dan Marino?
Yeah, you know, it's the quick release there. That's what everybody said about it. He had the quick arm.
Well, the quick bounce pass from Halliburton to Goot Dang, and the chance of Goot from the crowd here at West High School.
They were giving that to him in the warm-ups when it came out. It reminded me of John Kuhn with the Packers. You go, are they booing him? No, they love this guy. And why not? He's big, he plays defense, he's got quick hands, and he's got a pretty nice shot, too.
And if you're a fan of high-octane offense, fast-paced basketball, you're loving this first half. It's tied at 31 with 6:29 to go.
And if you're a fan of old-school play defense, grinded out basketball, this is probably not the game for you, but take some time and enjoy incredible shooting from both these teams. I mean, a really fantastic superstar performance here so far from Tyrese Halliburton. Meanwhile, West looking like a team coached by the splash father himself, Steve Kerr. I mean, the guards are shooting beautifully from downtown, getting some good stuff out of their big men. Everybody on this team can make it happen. There's no one guy you can leave alone on the perimeter who's not going to make you pay.
Watch some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. Tyrese Halliburton has 10 points to lead. The Spartans have been a little more balanced. West, they've gotten 14 points from Thomas. He has knocked down 4 threes, including 1. I swear he shot it from downtown Nina. I mean, he was deep. And then he had the 13 points for Derek Kroll.
Yeah, absolutely. Kroll really showing up big time, which is what they need. But I think the surprise for me has been Carter Thomas. He's been showing up in a huge way. Normally with these guys, it's kind of been one or the other. If they can both show up, they have a real shot at unseating this North team right now in their home gym are the West Wildcats, trying to make it happen. White out student section on their feet.
And might this be the year? Oshkosh North, they've won the last 15 consecutive meetings between these two programs. West has not beaten North almost 7 years ago to the day. It's been 7 years and a day. December 7, 2010 at West. It was here, 68-52.
And West not just struggling to beat a team that's good against them, but North a team that's good against the entire conference. Their coach Brad Weber said of the defending Fox Valley Association champs, we know what a dogfight it is in the FVA, so any win's a pretty special win because they are tough to come by in this conference.
Well, 3 ball at the mark for Sheik after the bucket by Kroll. And you're right, the Spartans, who won the conference championship last year, their first since 2012-13, ran the table. They've won 22 straight conference games. And now the layup, too strong for Crumry. The putback, though, off the window of opportunity for Quincy Anderson.
Finally, you do not want to miss too many of those wide open shots, especially in a game like this where it might come down to who scores last or who has the ball last. Cannot afford to be trading ones for twos or twos for threes.
33 all, 5.5 to go first half. For the Spartans, 22 straight conference wins. Their last conference loss at Kaukauna, February 19, 2016, 103-84. That might be in this neighborhood tonight.
Absolutely, partner. I wouldn't be shocked if this one went into double digits, or into triple digits for both these teams. Really, really good showing offensively for the first half. But you got to wonder, will the halftime adjustments make a difference? I mean, sometimes you see these high-scoring first half games, coaches go in and say, here's what we need to do on defense, and one team comes out and is able to lock it down in the third and fourth quarter.
Both teams are able to get to the buckets. Halliburton does here for his 11 to 12 points.
No way to lock that man down. Tyrese Halliburton. Even my buddies back home in Sun Prairie know all about this kid. One of the biggest names in high school basketball right now, and he is just fun to watch.
Inside, Kroll rejected to the backside. Crumry got a piece of it.
Fast break.
Wesley Sheik trying to dish it off to Dang. It's picked off, back to the way come the Wildcats on the push.
Ben Cole, nice job on defense. Carter Thomas.
Rejected as he goes down, as does a Spartan. Ball up in the air. Who wants it? It's going to be picked on up instead by Steinhilber. 3 ball, Thomas, book it.
And you know, Thomas, it's odd to say, but he's actually been better and more consistent from the three-point line than he has on traditional field goals. Halliburton maybe finally slowing it down as he drives. Gonna get a foul called here.
Halliburton wants it to count. They're gonna say foul on the floor. 36-35, Wildcats up by 1. 4:31 to go in this explosive first half.
Wow, this is just already off a really exciting matchup between these two teams. We were talking about which version of North would we see. They scored 103 against Marshfield, held to just 35 against Appleton East. I think it's safe to say with them already having 35 here with 4:30 left in this one, not going to be one of those tight defensive games.
Here's Quincy Anderson against Ben Cole. Cole, third year on the varsity team for the Wildcats. Starting quarterback in the football team, starting shortstop in baseball. Halliburton trying to show off his range from Nina. Rebound hauled in here by Thomas.
He's hit him before, but he finally misses one here. Speaking of a guy who's been iced out on three-pointers, man, Carter Thomas has just been cold tonight.
5 3-pointers already. Some don't even get 5 in a season.
I don't think I ever had 5 my whole playing career.
Well, here's a 14-foot jumper for Derek Kroll. He already has 17 first-half points.
And no surprise from the man who averages nearly 24 a game. I would expect him and Tyrese Halliburton to be going back and forth. Halliburton answers there in a big way.
He hangs and just throws it up there, nothing but net, and a 38-37 Wildcats lead with 3:38 to go in this first half.
Watch for Carter Thomas to pass out someone, move a quick move, maybe catch a screen, come wide open for another 3 here.
You can't give him an inch. He'll shoot. Thomas, you have Halliburton there on the matchup. Halliburton at 6'6", Thomas at 5'11". Thomas is open. Dang with the rebound.
Halliburton coming back now. This is a fast-paced attack. They do not wait and set up their offense. Halliburton drives it to the hoop there. A beautiful bank shot off the right side, and he seemed like he hung in the air for about 3 seconds there. He's got some serious ups.
He has 16 already. And the Spartans go back up by 1 at 39-38 with 2:50 to go in the half. Kroll. Off the dribble by Steinhilber. He'll throw a running floater. Rebound tapped, knocked out. That was last touch by Dang. Dang along with Washington on the attack. On the inside, battling that with Dylan Wright.
Dang pleading his case with the official, telling him no, it was off number 30, Dylan Wright, but the call will go towards West, and big center Ben Hazel now have it in the inbound pass. Luke Hazel, my apologies.
So on the inbound that goes back up high. Into the backcourt, tracked down. Ambroso I'll tell you, too, when you look at this, we haven't seen either team really set up their offense. I mean, they've been going right at one another and quickly.
I mean, expecting these two teams to set up an offense would be like watching a Chip Kelly team and saying, why aren't they huddling? It's just not going to happen. These guys want to score, have as many possessions as they can in this game. When you've got great shooters, all you want is opportunities. One here, and the man they call Q-Dot absolutely knocks it down. Quincy Anderson averaging 13 points per game this year. Also probably the team's best defender, but he hit 6 3-point shots against Marshfield in that first game.
He's already at 12 in this one. It's 42-38 Spartans with under 2 minutes left first half.
Gutang trying to force the issue here in the front court, and that one is picked up by number 15, Will Schmidt,
after
5'9" guard.
Q-Dot tipped it. Now he's going to shoot a deep three.
Almost.
Tipped. Krumrei, no. Ding. Off the right hand, off the window. Goot has 4 points.
And chance of Good fill this gym right now is number 35, doing a beautiful job offensively and getting back here to match up on the guards on D.
44-38 Spartans. 1:25 to go. 3 ball. That's off the mark, out of the hands. That Steinhilber. Now we have a rare foul in this first half.
Yeah, this has been a pretty cleanly played first half, and that shows the coaching and composure of both of these teams. In these fast-paced games, everybody's going fast and back and forth, shooting the lights out. A lot of times guys can't keep their hands clean, but these teams have both played really disciplined, fundamental basketball so far.
Second foul that goes. That against Thomas. Free throw good for Anderson. I say rare, but I guess when you look at team fouls, it's 7-2 Wildcats. It seems though the whistles have, at least as of late, been far and few between. As Anderson now is 14.
Well, there have been fouls, but they've been smart. They have not been shooting fouls. As we talk about that, most coaches will tell you, if you got to foul a guy, just make sure it's not on a shot. Let him take that field goal. I feel like the chances are usually better he'll miss than that he's going to miss from the charity stripe. Foul there called on Gutang to get a little too handsy with those long arms.
That's his first and team foul. 67 seconds left in the half. It is 46-38. Spartans up by 8. They've had the momentum here in this second part of this first half.
And Ben Cole going to inbound the pass here and set up the offense now, looking to get somebody open on the outside wing.
Kroll and Thomas each with 17 points for the Wildcats. Inside, the touch, and Luke Hassel with a couple of points.
That's just unfair. Hassel there at 6'9". I mean, this guy would be trouble in college basketball, much less a high school game.
Halliburton, ding! Rebound hauled in by Kroll.
That's about as close as you can get to a basket while still walking away without points. West gets the possession back here.
Down by 6 with 32 seconds to go in the half. 3 ball, Cole, nobody's fouled. Second time in this game. Wildcats are going to the free throw line off a foul and a 3-point attempt.
Pretty clear to see from the way Cole's shot sailed all the way that way that he was definitely fouled on that one. The North players trying to plead their case for a little bit, but they're very easy to make that call for the official here.
Gutang second, team foul 4. In your face camera action. I was looking at his foot too to see if he was actually shooting a 3 ball.
Yeah, right on the line there, which hasn't been the case. Most of these guys are shooting 5 feet off of it, as you said, from downtown Neenah. They give Gutang a rest here. Looks like they're going to check in number 23, Dylan Krumrei, for him. Krumrei stands at 6'3".
30.1 seconds left here in the first half. This has been something else here in this first half.
Krumrei and number 30, Matt Berger, down low to get the rebound here.
And there is the rebound put back for Hassel. He has back-to-back field goals. Hassel, known as a shot blocker, has been receiving some recruiting interest from a number of NCAA Division I and Division II programs.
Tyrese Halliburton looking, scanning downfield. He looks like a predator examining his prey right now, just trying to set things up. His vision makes him really dangerous here. He can drive it or pull up in your face.
With 3, with 2, Halliburton left a short rebound.
Throw up
Hassel,
the full court shot.
And it's heaved down to the floor by Ambroso. A very entertaining first half that sees the Spartans escape with a 46-42 lead. A lot of highlights. Carter Thomas, 17 points. He's knocked down 5 threes. Derek Kroll has 17 points. For the Spartans, they've gotten 16 from Halliburton and 14 from Q-Dot, Quincy Anderson. So a 4-point game at the break. We'll come back with our halftime programming It's Oshkosh North 46, Oshkosh West 42. This is boys high school basketball from Oshkosh Media.
So your home decorated in its holiday splendor. The life-size Christmas Village exhibit showcases a festive display of recreated scenes from favorite holiday movies. And at the center of it all is an elaborate, handmade wooden toy circus. Now through December 31st, kids admission is free, and adults only $3.50. Deck the Halls, a holiday experience at the Oshkosh Public Museum. Discover more at oshkoshmuseum.org.
Oshkosh Media is government programming on GovTV, community programming on Life TV, community radio on Oshkosh FM 101.9 WOCT, online at oshkoshmedia.org, YouTube, and Facebook.
(46-42), Oshkosh North on top of Oshkosh West at the break in this battle between the unbeatens in boys high school basketball and a couple of teams atop the Fox Valley Association standings. We're on Oshkosh Media, which produces a lot of municipal content in the community, and we take a look at some of the recent projects for Oshkosh Media.
Explore the riches of prehistoric and early life that spans 13,000 years in the new People of the Waters exhibition at the Oshkosh Public Museum. Discover how the Ice Age transformed the landscape. Experience living in a full-size recreated longhouse. Uncover the past and learn the secrets of the fur trade. People of the Waters, a new interactive exhibition at the Oshkosh Public Museum. Discover more at oshkoshmuseum.org.
Do you ever wonder if you have enough working smoke alarms in your house? Well, the Oshkosh Fire Department has a program to make sure that you do. The program is called Project Safe, and that's smoke alarms for everyone. And what that does is we will come into your house, we will check to make sure you have working smoke alarms on every level of your home. That is the bare minimum. You should have one on every single level of your home, including the basement. And if you do not, we will install them for you free of charge. Or if you have detectors and just not working batteries, we will also replace the batteries free of charge. The detectors we use to replace yours are these detectors right here. They have a 10-year battery, and that means that these will work for 10 years. That is considered a disposable smoke detector because smoke detectors last about 10 years. So if yours are older than 10 years, you should pitch them and get some new ones as well. Give me a call at 236-5249 and we can make an appointment, and I will come in and make sure that you have the right amount of detectors, that they are working, and if not, I'll replace them for you right there on the spot. It doesn't take much time. It's about a 15-minute deal. We're in, we're out. Just remember that working smoke detectors are your best chance of saving a life in a fire. Your family's safety is in your hands. Take the time, give us a call, and once a month, test your alarm, make sure that it's working, and stay safe.
Hi, I'm Margie Davey, Chair of the Sustainability Advisory Board. The Sustainability Advisory Board exists to advise the City Manager and Common Council on sustainability issues that affect municipal operations and the community. Since sustainable practices literally involve every aspect of our city and community, we strive to work with municipal departments like Public Works, Transportation, and Parks. We collaborated with the city to build the energy-efficient field operations facility to reduce our carbon footprint. We encourage native plantings and green spaces to protect our water and reduce maintenance costs, and planting terraced trees to beautify Oshkosh while creating clean air. Our board created and maintains the Sustainability Plan for Oshkosh, which provides a roadmap for the city to become a more sustainable environment. From simple practices like switching to low-energy lighting and low-flow toilets in municipal buildings, to the creation of roundabouts and stormwater detention basins, Oshkosh is becoming a more sustainable and resilient community. Our board is consistently engaging with the Oshkosh community on the importance of sustainable practices, such as urban chicken and beekeeping, rain barrel use, wise energy use, and more. The Sustainability Advisory Board and the many other boards and committees who serve the City of Oshkosh are an extremely important part of our local government and community. We encourage you to consider serving on a city board or commission to help make Oshkosh a great place to live, work, and play.
Hi, I'm Jim Michelson, Chairman of the Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee. The Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee is made up of 7 resident representatives from the City of Oshkosh. We strive to promote and encourage safe bicycle and walking as significant means of transportation in the City of Oshkosh. Our committee goals involve working towards the development of a coordinated system of safe and convenient bikeways and walkways and stimulation of public awareness through educational events. Our committee is tasked with reviewing and updating the bicycle and pedestrian circulation plan and recommend projects for funding through the city's capital improvement plan. We aim to make Oshkosh a bike and pedestrian friendly city and are making strides in protecting and growing the biking and walking population. The Bicycle and Pedestrian Advisory Committee and many other boards and committees who serve the City of Oshkosh are an extremely important part of our local government and community. We encourage you to consider serving on a city board or commission to help make Oshkosh a great place to live, work, and play.
When the sky turns gray, rain becomes ice, and temperatures continue to drop, you'll ask yourself, how prepared or unprepared are you? Did you winterize your home? Remove the leaves from the gutters? Insulate and caulk so you're less likely to shutter? Does everyone in the family know the winter weather plan? What to do, where to stay, and how to get in touch? Are your emergency kits ready? Is your radio on? Once the snow and ice starts and the temperature drops, stay where you are. Bring Fido in. If the power lines snap, you've got to stay warm. Dress in layers. Wear mittens and a hat. Do what you have to do. But never, ever do that. If for some reason you get stuck on the road, make sure you're prepared. Know what to do if this happens to you. After the storm has passed and the roads are safe, restock your emergency kits. Another storm could be on its way, so before the sky turns gray, rain becomes ice, and temperatures continue to drop, get prepared, make a plan, and figure out how you're going to stay safe and warm. America's Prepare-a-thon. Be smart, take part, prepare.
And you are live.
46-42, a 4-point lead for Oshkosh North in this Battle of Oshkosh with the hosting West Wildcats. We check out some of the first half highlights. What an action-packed first half it was, and a number of players stepping up for their respective teams and being go-to scorers.
Yeah, Carter Thomas, number 24, the point guard for Oshkosh West, hitting 5 3-pointers. He's been absolutely explosive there. We see him lay one in nice and smooth. And of course, he's been accompanied by Derek Kroll, but that's expected. Derek Kroll, number 42, averaging nearly 24 points a game coming into this one, already getting his numbers.
Yeah, see Thomas with one of those 5 3-point makes. So again, he has 17 points. Kroll has 17. See Quincy Anderson, he has 14 points. Saw the slam dunk by Halliburton, who has been able to score 16. You know, you take a look, too, at some of the three balls. They haven't been exactly right behind the line, but maybe a few steps behind the three-point line.
Yeah, Thomas, Quincy Anderson, and of course Tyrese Halliburton have all hit them from deep. I mean, from downtown Omro almost. It's just these guys are way behind the line. These would be good even if they were in NBA games. As we see there from number 24, Carter Thomas, what I loved about him coming into this, watching him on tape, his action is so smooth on threes. He's got the guts to attempt it and the skill to back it up, and that makes for a dangerous, dangerous guard.
See, Thomas just did stay in bounds to knock down his latest trade, but then Anderson comes right back and hits a three ball of his own, and then watch this free throw miss and the battle for the board. And then the putback there by Hassel. He had back-to-back field goals, but at the break it is 46-42. Spartans up by 4. We'll come back with the second half as one of these two teams will stay undefeated. The other will suffer their first defeat. West also trying to beat North for the first time since back in December of 2010. It's boys high school basketball from Oshkosh Media.
Hi, I'm Jim Collins, Transportation Director for the City of Oshkosh with an important message for motorists and bicyclists. Recently, the city has begun painting bike sharo symbols on roadways. The term sharo is short form for shared lane bicycle marking. Sharos are made up of bicycle and chevron symbols, and they are located about 4 feet away from the curb where parking is not allowed, and about 11 feet where it is. Streets with sharos do not have a designated bike lane, but still indicate that the roadway segment is a bike route and is expected to be used by bicyclists. Sharo markings are used to show motorists where cyclists will be traveling within the lane, while also showing cyclists proper lane positioning, especially where lanes are too narrow to be safely shared. It's important to note that with or without marked sharos, bicyclists are encouraged to travel on streets and follow traffic laws just as any other vehicle on the road. Motorists are urged to continue to be aware of bicyclists and to share the road. Thank you for keeping Oshkosh safe, and happy riding.
Matt Mitchell alongside Nick Bodie and our Oshkosh Media crew on hand here from Oshkosh West High School. 46-42, North on top of West. West coming in at 4-0, 2-0 in conference play, 2-0 here at home. They're off to their best start since 2015-16, yet looking to get off to a 5-0 start for the first time since 2006-07. They'd go on and win the state championship that year by knocking off the Milwaukee Vincent Vikings. For North, 3-0, 2-0 in conference play. They have started at least 3-0 for the fourth time of the last now 6 seasons. And trying to pick up another victory inside this gym. They won here to begin their season, part of the Oshkosh Classic on the 25th of November, in knocking off Marshfield 103-67. And Nick, you mentioned this. What halftime adjustments are going to be made by these two teams, and what has already been an offensive slugfest?
I mean, I don't think there's any real way that you can try to match up or shut down on Tyrese Halliburton. He's going to get his points, but the thing you need to do is keep your eyes in the passing lanes, keep your hands ready to knock it away, because this young man is fearless. Bounce passes, chest passes, he's got eyes in the back of his head. He's going to swing it out and distribute it. And for West, they need to hope their crowd gets loud and steps up here. This is North's first away game this entire year.
That is one way to start a second half. Luke Hassel with the alley-oop. And it's now 46-44, Spartans up by 2.
Halliburton already showing that passing ability all day to shoot, and the man they call Q-Dot knocks it down,
Yes.
Quincy Anderson.
17, which puts the Spartan fans back on their feet. They were taking a breather until their first bucket of the second half.
And they're really starting to sag off number 24, Carter Thomas. Got to watch out for him on the deep shots.
Thomas,
A rare
unable to get his
miss.
sixth three-point make. Hassel able to take it away, leads, and his whistle for the offensive foul is going to be his first.
That's going to be a charge on the big man, and he knows that you can't go up and strong-arm the defender like that. Got to step back. You've got the length and the height. Try to lay one in there. You're 6'9". You could probably just step back 10 steps and still set it in the basket.
49-44, Spartans up by 5. 17 minutes left here in half number 2.
Halliburton taking time to actually set a play up here. They didn't really let their offense get set a lot in the first half. Looks like they might be going with a little bit of a slower pace, at least until they might get down or things get tied up. Then they go aggressive and they will attack you.
Oh, you know, it's been a busy ball game so far for Halliburton. Halliburton, who already has his jersey untucked, going with the bounce pass to Anderson again for 3. Again, it's good.
Wow. This is just getting really out of hand here. See if West can try to answer for him, but a 1-2 punch of Anderson and Halliburton has been absolutely lethal here.
Anderson with 17 and 15-point performances last year against North.
Here
Look
he goes
out!
again.
Anderson from Halliburton.
And Anderson driving off that left shoe. He's got an interesting superstition. He double knots the left shoe, but he single knots his right shoe, something that Quincy Anderson has done since he was a little boy. Certainly worked out well for him here. Look at this pass.
The alley-oop. One on each side to start this second half. Anderson with 22. Mentioned he had a total of 17 and 15 points and a couple of victories against West a year ago. While he, along with Halliburton, have put on a show. A timeout taken by the Wildcats. What is now a 10-point game at 54-44 with 16-16 to go. And high flying. It's been dunks. We have seen attacks of the bucket. We've seen outside shooting, all on display.
Yeah, I mean, the Spartans have absolutely come correct into this one. You're coming into a hostile environment. This is a big rivalry game. We're in a packed field house right now. The crowd on its feet, whiteout student section, screaming, the mascot there getting in your face. When you walk into the Lions' Den, you do not go in quiet and timid. You go in there yelling, waving, your spear in the air, ready to attack, and they have done that. Come out, shooting the lights out, dunking it, making that backboard really start to rattle. They have attacked. The 1-2 punch of Anderson and Halliburton has been lethal. Meanwhile, Derek Kroll and Carter Thomas trying to answer for West. Maybe if they can get a little bit of help from the big man, Luke Hazel down low, all 6'9" of him. Could be a tight one here.
Hassel with the alley-oop to start this second half for the Wildcats. Here's Carter Thomas. Hassel against Wesley Sheik. Coming over to help out Halliburton.
They're sagging off Thomas.
Thomas has missed a three already, but Hassel gets in front of the defense and fouled from the backside by Halliburton, who picks up the personal.
And last time he charged, this time he was fouled, and they will send the big man to the line. Gosh, I mean, look at him. That is a tall athlete at any level. 6'9" in high school basketball is just almost unheard of, and it's really unfair because he's not just a guy who works down on the post. He's also got a really nice shooting action on the outside, though he missed the free throw here.
So both teams have a team foul following that foul against Halliburton, his first. Hassel with 7. He had 9 points a week ago, as both of these teams have been off now for a week's time from game action.
Trying to get his team back into it. The Spartans up 54-45 here, and they're looking to increase it here.
Dang's fouled after the initial miss by Crumry.
Goot Dang, and they love this guy, man. The chance of Goot filling the stadium, and they do this before every free throw. They kind of do that little huddle up, quick second pep talk. Wonder what they're saying in there. Probably just knock it through. We're in big shape. We're in good shape, big boy.
Well, Dylan Wright picking up his first team foul too, and Dang now with 5 points. He's right at his average of 5 to 6 points a game. Had a season best 9 on Friday in the victory against Appleton West. Before that, he had 8 combined points in his first couple of games. See earlier, the ball movement, the 3 ball that was hit by Quincy Anderson, who's had a nice start to this second half. The second free throw was missed, and the rebound brought down by Kroll. 15:40 left here in the second half. It is 55-45, 10-point lead for the Spartans. Number 1 team, latest Division I state rankings.
The law firm of Kroll and Thomas really need to get in gear here. They need to start answering with some threes if they're going to get back into this one. Of course, nothing out of hand this early on, but you do need to start answering. You don't want to be trading 2s for 3s here with this team. As Luke Hassel is shut down, not easy to do with a man his height.
Anderson with the block. Anderson.
Oh, what a move.
To the free throw line.
Anderson stayed back there. I thought Quincy was going to be able to still get that one up, but he's probably happy with a couple of free throws. He's a pretty consistent shooter from down on this level right here.
Coach Brad Weber, the first-year head coach of the Spartans, talking about Q Dot, said that he's a versatile backcourt player with good size and length, can make long-distance shots, score in transition, but also talked about being a solid defender. We saw that defense a second ago. Now to the offensive end and a couple of free throw tries.
I think given the choice, Brad Weber would probably take 10 of him. I mean, he loves this guy. Great offensively, not selfish. He's willing to stick around, kind of get the ball distributed, but most importantly, he gets back. He plays not only in transition, but in that base defense, and that is huge. If you can be dominant on both sides of the ball, any coach will love you at any level.
He has 23 points in this game. He had 23 points last week. He has a high of 36. Note the foul was on Carter Thomas. That's his 3rd, so hope to keep an eye on his foul situation. But right now he is on the bench. Is Thomas, tied with a team high of 17 points. 14:50 to go here in this second half. Hassel is fouled. The score right now reads 56-45 Spartans, and we have team foul 2 coming up against North.
Hassel right here trying to get back into this game. He's got 3 guys around him. He didn't want that. He wanted that outside shot. He'll settle for the ball here, though. Maybe he can flash to the low post off this pass and get something going.
Wesley Sheik picking up number 2. Kroll trying to post up on the inside, now being fronted by the defense there for North.
Number 20, A.J. Ambroso now dishes it out to Ben Cole.
Will Schmidt on the inside, but Matt Berger's into the game. He is one of the new faces, a 6'3" sophomore center. Ambroso, Kroll.
A lot of ball faking here. Remember, no shot clock in high school basketball. That one almost jumped by Halliburton. Now for the corner 3, and number 12, Noah Steinhilber, comes up short on that.
Kroll can't finish on the putback, and a loose ball foul on the floor. That's going to be whistled against the Spartans.
And Hazel really starting to get into it. Number 14, Tyrese Halliburton. This is what makes Halliburton so special. Yes, he plays point guard, but at 6'5", he's able to D up on any one of the 5 positions on the court. Here we see him going head-to-head down in the post with the other team's center, and a big center at that, almost 7 feet tall.
Halliburton picking up his second. He's long, wiry backcourt player. Can play either guard position as Hassel.
And
get it up in the air. Let him do the rest. At 6'9", he has 9 points.
In the NFL, that's known as a 50-50 ball, but when you got a guy with that much height on him, it's probably about a 60-40, 70-30 ball. That one is money in the bank for Hazel.
Anderson, short, and the rebound, Hassel, 56-47. Spartans with 13:48 to go in this second half.
Hazel having a nice couple series here, really getting down there, using his body and his size, and that also frees up Derek Kroll to kind of go rover here, maybe come open for something down low.
Ambroso, Steinhilber, they call him the perfect complementary player. Steinhilber, who's averaging about 2 points a game, great perimeter defender, rebounds, passes well. Kroll, see that quick ball movement by Steinhilber against this zone D, as the Wildcats not forcing the issue.
Kroll open in the corner, and he's gonna take the 3.
Battle with Hassel, down he goes. Ball was found by Schmidt. Here come the Spartans. Anderson, strip going airborne, picks it back up, and a block to the backside, partially by Ambroso. He's looking for the loose basketball. Down he goes, out of bounds, and they called the possession going to the Wildcats is out of bounds off of Matt Berger.
What an effort there by number 20 for West, A.J. Ambroso. I thought when Anderson had his hands on that, that was going to be for sure a score, but he sprinted back, got back here on defense, and just continued to contest the shot against Quincy Anderson, who is not an easy guy to keep away from the basket.
Great battle for the board. Ambroso for the Wildcats. 56-47 Spartans, 12:38 to go second half. Ben Cole on the jump pass. Steinhilber lost it, ball loose, staying on the dive. Steinhilber trying to recover and does. Cole's got it with the behind the back dribble against 3. Getting the feed right back and settling some things down a little bit as the pressure decreases.
Luke Hazel looks like he might be calling for a screen here. Meanwhile, Derek Kroll just trying to get open, but they're all over him. Somebody's had an arm in his chest all game long. They know who they need to shut down here to stop West on offense.
Defender flies by. Steinhilber zips it inside, and a foul drawn by Hassel.
Interesting decision there to go low to the post. You had A.J. Ambroso wide open at the top of the key, so I don't know if that denotes that they don't have faith in his three-point shooting, or rather if they're just extremely confident in Luke Hassel, which they have every right to be. The big man has had a really nice second half so far as they send him to the free throw line right here.
Crumrye picking up his first team foul 4, and the first free throw in. Hassel, a guy that Coach Johnson says is an improving big man. We've seen that on display already with an active start to this second half. But runs the court well, can finish above the rim, off the bounce. Last year about 4 points, 3 rebounds a game. This year he's up to almost 11 points per contest. He has 11 now in this game, his 3rd double-figure scoring performance.
Yeah, Hassel has the size to play the traditional center role as we see here, kind of in the mold of guys like Patrick Ewing way back in the day, just sort of boxing it out, playing it dirty down there low in the post. But he's also got that European style to him. He can make the outside shots, run some pick and rolls. He has got a lot of versatility, number 34.
Kroll can't finish. 11:38 to go here in the second half. 56-49 Spartans. A 3-ball. Halfway down now for Crumrye. Put back by Anderson. He has 25.
Second effort from QDOT there, and beautiful, beautiful job attacking the rim. He absolutely just crashed the glass there and gets something for his efforts. Now West desperately trying to answer with some big points of their own. Derek Kroll for the 3, and that banks out again.
Anderson on the push. Soars. Missed. His own putback, no. Dang. Blocked. Foul. That's going to go against Hassel on the inside. 11:07 to go here in the second half, and it's a 9-point lead for the Spartans.
And if you're Goot Dang, you know you just need to be patient when that ball goes up and down and up and down. When you're on the 3rd or 4th rebound, guys just start to get frustrated. They will have their hands on top of you. You just go up clean and strong. Somebody will foul you, and if you're lucky, you can usually even get an and one.
Hassel picking up his second. Team foul 4. Dang now with 6 points.
Interesting strategy. Nobody up on the line here for North trying to contest the rebounds down here, making West just have 3 guys in the blocks right now. You wonder if North is trying to set up some trickery here or just avoid a fast break from West.
It's now an 11-point lead for Oshkosh North.
Taking it up the court, Carter Thomas, so lethal on the trays early in this game. Can he step up right in the face of one of these North defenders and sink another one to get his team back into this one?
Thomas back on the floor playing with 3 personal fouls. With the ball, Kroll and Thomas each have not scored in this second half yet after they each had 17 in the first half.
49-60, Carter Thomas with the ball, a floater, and he banks it in. What a job by number 24. He's not just great from downtown, he can do the mid-range field goal stuff too, which the greats always can, and fouled hard there. Trying to go up for the ball was Tyrese Halliburton.
I would love to see that again. Halliburton hanging in the air. The defense there. I'll tell you.
No easy call there on the foul on that one, but sometimes if you're able to go down hard and make it look like somebody put an arm into your chest, you can draw it. Not a flop, just a smart veteran play. A bit of an exaggeration, shall we say, for Tyrese Halliburton. He's 6'5", he's a pretty big guy. I'd imagine it takes a lot to knock him off his feet there.
Hassel got the foul called against him, not the guy on his backside.
See, that's interesting, because that kind of looked like incidental contact down there, but they'll give it to Halliburton, and now West desperately needs to answer here as they're down 62-51 in their own home gym.
Cole for 3.
That's a nice way to start off answering. Now you got yourself back within 5 points.
He's averaging over 9 points again. That's his first make of this game. Halliburton, who scored his first 2 points of the half, and the ball knocked out of his hands, out of bounds off his knee. Wildcats ball, 62-54. Spartans up by 8, 10-11 on the second half game clock.
Tripped up there, and the West crowd is all kinds of fired up about this one. Time to go down and answer. Down 8 in your home gym. The crowd is on your side. Who can make the big shots?
Thomas, 6th 3 of the game.
And I asked a question, you answered immediately. Who can make the big shots? Thomas. He was about 5 feet off the three-point line. This guy must sleep in the gym. Good Lord.
And the sophomore has a new high of 22 points with that make. He has scored 5 since coming back in after picking up that 3rd personal foul. His previous high was 21. Anderson takes it himself. Rebound, Hassel.
Quick change here from West, but the North defenders doing a nice job getting down there, making sure it's 4-on-1 for the quick break on Ben Cole, the guard.
After threes by Cole and Thomas. Deficit is 5. Kroll leaves his feet to make the pass. Thomas is open. He does it again. 7 threes for Carter Thomas. He has scored 25.
All kinds of fired up, and why wouldn't you be? It's a cliche sometimes, but this kid, it's not exaggeration to say he is absolutely in the zone in this one.
Won't stay down for Wesley Sheik, but an offensive rebound. 2-point game. 62-60 Spartans.
Quincy Anderson and Matt Berger trying to overload that zone defender down low there, see if they can get something going crazy here.
Under 9 to play. Hook pass from Sheik. In the corner, 3-ball. Skips out again.
And here comes that man again. Carter Thomas, the guard, has been lights out on three-pointers. You've got to stick somebody in his face here. You can't let him make one.
Tie game, Derek Kroll, his first bucket of the second half.
And oh, by the way, don't forget about number 42. He's the team's leading scorer for a reason.
Anderson trying to draw some of that contact. Out of bounds, will stay with North. Hit a 3-ball miss by Crumry. Ball to bounce off the Wildcats. Game tied at 62, 8:26 left here in the second half after this battle, and it looked like maybe initially off of Matt Berger.
Yeah, Matt Berger and Luke Hassel down there battling for it deep, but this one has turned into a slugfest, not just on offense from the deep threes, people answering trays with trays, but also down low in the post. There are some big men playing in this game, and they are just elbowing it out down there in the trenches.
See Thomas, one of his two-point field goals. Otherwise, he has hit 7 3-balls. He has 25 points. He is tied for the game high with Quincy Anderson, who has scored 25 of his own. Couple of threes, though, make it 3 in all. He had 2 by Thomas, 1 by Ben Cole. Has gotten the Wildcats right back in this game.
And Carter Thomas is so dangerous. He's kind of part of that new breed of point guards, the guys like Allen Iverson, or more recently we've seen in the NBA with Steph Curry, the guard who is a good distributor, but he's extremely dangerous from downtown, and that's doubly bad because not only can he knock down threes, but once you come up on him, that's going to open up stuff low in the post. A dream pairing between Carter Thomas up high, and meanwhile down low you got Derek Kroll in the big center, Luke Hassel. So West certainly has a formula for success if they want, but if this one comes down to a last-second shot, which I think it might, I want number 24 taking a shot for me if I'm West.
Dang has 9 points to tie his season best.
Bringing it up the field in the reserve role, number 12, Noah Steinhilber, as you said, one of the best complementary players they have on this team. Meanwhile, Derek Kroll down low just trying to get something, but they have got a man in his face this whole game. They're not going to let him beat them single-handedly. Carter Thomas actually flashes down to the low posts here. A little bit of a struggle for the ball.
As Steinhilber trying to recover, forced to take a 30-second timeout to maintain this possession. 64-62, Spartans with 7:57 to go.
The bench clapping there, though, they know that's a smart decision. In a game as tight as this, you do not want to waste even a single possession. Get here, go to the drawing board, see if the coaches can come up with something on either side to get either a stop or to get themselves back on top in this one.
I love the fact that already with 7:57 to go in the game, they have to make the announcement for the fans to stay off the court after the game. Students wouldn't charge the floor after a rivalry victory, would they?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they don't really look very into it. They've just been standing this entire game. I mean, it's not just the students packed all the way up into the rafters. Even the West mascot was out there. The Wildcat was dancing with them before here one. Yeah, I'd say if West is able to pull this off, whether it's by 20 or on a last-second field goal, we would definitely see them storm the court here against their rivals.
Yeah, seats hard to come by here at West High School, and these two teams will meet again at North. Part of a doubleheader coming up on the 19th of January.
Kroll.
As Derek Kroll now with 21 points, game tied at 64.
Wow, some quick moves here. Obviously, North trying to get somebody wide open here. They're flashing down their post players. Switch and go, switch and go.
Anderson.
Oh!
Why not?
Quincy Anderson knocks it down. As we said, when they've had that tight game against Appleton East, he was their biggest scorer with 10 points. Here in a game where there's been a lot of scoring to come by, he's absolutely stepped up, and he's been really fantastic. QDOT answering in a huge way for North.
He has 28. 3-point lead for the Spartans. 7 minutes left here in this second half. Thomas for 3. Kroll had the rebound, deflects, and scored, plus the foul for Ben Cole.
An and one. Ben Cole, the 6-foot guard down there, looking like a power forward, getting some well-deserved congratulations from number 42, Derek Kroll, the big man at 6'5", saying, good job, buddy. Let's get some more on the board here. They call them free throws for a reason. They're uncontested points. Let's see if West is going to be able to use them to to get back into the lead here. Currently down by 1.
So Schmidt picking up his first. Team foul 5, game tied off the and 1.
7 minutes left. This is what it's all about, rivalry basketball. Who's going to take over for either team?
North has won the last 15 straight meetings between these two teams, including by an average of 21.5 points per game in the two get-togethers last year. Anderson is trying to get open as Halliburton will pass it his direction.
QDOT throws out to his money man.
Schmidt's at the wing. Schmidt will launch a 3 and hit it.
Oh boy, what a beautiful shot there from Will Schmidt, just 5'9", but if you're on the varsity team at that height, it probably means you're a darn good shooter. Certainly proved he is right there from downtown.
The senior coming off an ankle injury from the fall. He looks at or near 100% now with his team up, and a foul against Anderson That's going to be team foul 6, the last foul to give as he picks up what's going to be his first. We have 6:11 to go. It is 70-67 North.
We see Kroll and Anderson going at it there, and the really interesting matchup here in the second half has been Carter Williams matching up on Tyrese Halliburton, trying to shut him down. These are, I feel, the 4 best players in this game, all matched up on each other and going at each other. You love to see this in high school basketball.
Kroll. Yes.
Oh, the fadeaway, and he's got enough touch at 6'5" to lay that one in there. That makes you very dangerous as a big man.
A guy that can beat you, he can score in a variety of ways. He has scored 23 on this night and counting. Again, 17 of those came in the first half. 1-point lead for the Spartans.
Spartans trying to get somebody to come wide open here, thinking if they pass it around enough.
Blocking foul sends Anderson to the free throw line.
And Ben Cole on West not happy about that. Looked like he thought it was certainly a charge here. But the Spartans don't care. They're going to do their little huddle up. They're going to shoot the free throws.
It's going to be the 4th against Hassel, who brought the energy to start this second half. Both teams have 16 fouls, so both on the verge of the bonus. 4 timeouts left for the Spartans, 2 left for the Wildcats. Arrow favoring North of the first free throw. Won't stay down. 5:37 to go. 70-69. Spartans up by 1. Breather for Dang. He's being replaced now by Dylan Crumrye.
Free throw misses there. Dylan Crumrye checking in for Dang. Still pretty tall in his own 6'3", but these missed free throws could be very big in a game that might likely come down to being a 1 or 2 point win.
29 points for Quincy Anderson, the complete all-around player according to Coach Weber. Take it away, Crumrye.
Here comes Quincy Anderson again up the court. Is he going to dish it out or just take the 3 downtown for himself?
Finding Schmidt coming through with a big 3 moments ago. Anderson, 32 points for Q-Dot.
Buries it from one of the toughest spots on the court right there. That upside kind of corner 3 sets it up beautifully. Kind of had a guy in his face there too. Number 10 having a heck of a game here for North.
5 points, Spartans lead under 5 minutes left in regulation. Kroll trying to post up on the inside.
Who's going to come open here now for the Wildcats as they move guys all around. They're trying to get Derek Kroll flashing from the low post to the high post here. Dribbling inside.
Kroll hangs, shoots, left it short, rebound, knocked around, kicked around, picked up finally by North. They will slow it down after they had a couple of players running down this near side, but Anderson trying to collect his breath now and let some time tick off.
4.5 minutes now. The Spartans are smart, slowing this game down. They're ahead by 6, up 74-68 against the Wildcats here. As we said, no shot clock in high school basketball. You could foreseeably hold this for as long as you want. Does anybody feel they can come steal the ball from Halliburton?
Well, he tried to feed the ball to Berger, deflected right back to him. Anderson's open.
Wow, this gym is electric right now. Quincy Anderson, ice water in his veins, just continues to show up in one of the biggest games of the year for the #1 team in the state right now. Fantastic job, and he gets right back on defense. Such a complete player. You love this guy.
His high is 36. He currently has 35. 8-point lead now for the Spartans. Kroll, here's Thomas. Lost it. Thomas ahead. Look out below. The 2-hand flush. Flex those muscles. Tyrese Halliburton with 20.
Boy, it's a good thing they spring load these backboards now. That one might have been in some trouble. He is fired up there, the big man putting his hands up in the air. North on top against their rivals by 10 points now with just 3.5 minutes left. Look at that. Wow. You do not see players like that at the high school level.
His second jam of the game. 3:26 to go. 79-69. Oshkosh North building that lead right back up after West played comeback and got this game back to even.
So you got to keep in mind, with a team that's as good at shooting 3-pointers as West is, a 10-point lead is not out of reach. However, if you start answering with 3s, you also need to make sure that you can shut down North, which they have not been able to. After Q-Dot hit that last one, North's crowd started chanting, "You can't guard him, you can't guard him." Got to wonder if these West players are wondering, is that really true?
Well, with Q-Dot, he's been left open a couple of times. He's made the lack of West defense pay. He has scored 35 in this game. Halliburton has added 20, 9 for Goot Dang. As the student section being entertained by their very own And following this timeout,
And the North Spartans right now would love nothing more than to come into this gym, their most heated rivals, and come away with a big win. I led our student section in high school, and it was the best thing in the world to come into somebody else's house, do a roller coaster at halftime, and walk out of there with a W. They're on the verge here, ahead by 10, but you got to watch out for the ever-dangerous Carter Thomas. Number 24 can hit a three anytime, anywhere.
how about Hassel trying a three
Oh
ball?
boy, the big man almost gets it there.
And Kroll with a loose ball foul, knocking down Dylan Crumrye.
It's
Kroll picking up his second.
all coming up Spartans right now. Let's see if they can hold on to this one. West desperately needs a stop and an answer here with 3 minutes left. Currently on top, 79-69 are the North Spartans.
If a jump ball occurs, arrow favoring North. That's the 7th foul against the Wildcats, resulting in a 1-and-1 bonus. 1 timeout left for the Wildcats, who are down by 10. 4 remain for North. We have 3:14 to go. Both teams will be in the bonus from here on out, but this again will be a 1-and-1 for Crumrye.
If this goes off the rim, there are a lot of big men down there. Keep in mind they have Luke Hassel and Derek Kroll down there trying to match up on Goot Deng. So this is going to be the big boys fighting it out in the trenches if this one banks it off, which it does not. Smooth free throw shooting, and that's the type of thing that can clutch a game out if you're Oshkosh North, now up 81-69 with 3 minutes left.
Thomas for three, hit it blocked. Across the way to Cole. Kroll to Cole. Nice ball movement, Thomas, stutter step. Gotta be careful of your Kroll.
Thomas wants this three here, but they're not sagging off him. That one intercepted.
That's the Cardinal Center basketball. You cannot leave your feet to make a jump pass.
Nope, you really want to stay down low. Do not overcommit. On defense, you always stay balanced. Don't leave your feet. Keep your feet wide and your arms level. Move any direction. You want to be fine.
You think North senses it now? 2:38 to go.
I think these Sharks can smell the blood in the water here in the gym. They're trying to close out here, see if Goot Deng, the incredible defender and the big man down low, can hit a couple of free throws to ice this game out.
Stein, Hilbert picking up his third, team foul 8. Deng has 10 points, his first double-figure scoring performance. That makes 5 now. 5 players this season that have recorded at least one double-figure scoring performance each for the Spartans. But Quincy Anderson's been the story with 35. 21 of those have come here in this second half.
Yeah, Quincy Anderson, I mean, he says he loves to play ping pong in his spare time, and you can see with how quickly back and forth he loves to play here.
Here comes the show. That is the two-hand flush.
When was the last time you watched a high school game where one guy had 3 slam dunks? Boy.
Asking for it, receiving it, and a two-hand jam for Halliburton, who now has 22.
Man, they might need to inspect the rim after this one. He has been just abusing that backboard in this one.
He's only had 6 points in this second half, and again, 4 of them will come off 2 dunks.
Well, it's kind of been in an interesting thing both ways. You've seen Derek Kroll for West and Halliburton for North sort of shut down, which means that another player has sort of come open. For West, the beneficiary has been Carter Thomas, been able to hit those threes. And for North, it has absolutely, unquestionably been Quincy Anderson. This is what happens when you say you're not going to let one guy beat you. The other role players will step up and get the job done.
Foul one against Deng, his third. Team foul 7, 2:13 to go. 85-70 North. This one quickly getting away after West able to come back and tie things up at 1 point.
West is going to have to start pressing up now, and you wonder when do they get to the point where they might need to start fouling.
You wonder if they need to.
Yeah.
The score being what it is. Halliburton able to run it down, splits a pair. 1:50 to go.
Looks like North is just content to hold on to the ball and play keep away here. No shot clock to worry about. They're just going to hold on. They don't really feel like anybody can get a steal against them. Otherwise, they're going to force a foul.
Anderson driving, shooting. He has a chance now to go to the free throw line and match his high of 36.
Let's see how he does from the charity stripe he scored from everywhere else tonight.
And how fitting that 36-point performance came in this gym against Marshfield on the 25th of November.
They put up 103 in that one. Certainly an impressive offensive matchup, but that was a team that was probably overmatched here against a very good opponent in the West Wildcats. They've dropped 85 tonight, and there's still a $140 left in this one.
Third foul against Derek Kroll. Quincy Anderson tying his high at 36, and again, 22 of those.
He's an amateur chef in his spare time, enjoys cooking when he's at home, and he has sure been cooking tonight from all over the court. The corner threes, the deep threes, the floaters, and as we see here, even the free throws. This man is unstoppable. I think the North crowd was right when they started chanting, "You can't guard him."
Sometimes they haven't even tried. 23 second half points for Anderson, who now has 37, a new high. Thomas, a high of his own. Here's a three ball for Cole.
Whoa, that was from way downtown.
9 points for the third-year varsity member. Part of the football team, mentioned the starting quarterback, who's the VFA South Offensive Player of the Year, led the Wildcats to their first playoff appearance since 2010.
Tyrese Halliburton trying to play some keep away, and West is likely knowing they've got to start fouling at this point.
1:10 to go, it's 87-74. North about to beat West for a 16th consecutive meeting. These two teams will meet again at North on the 19th of January.
And the body language says it all. The Spartans up high, swagger and heads held high. Meanwhile, the shoulders starting to slump for Oshkosh West. They can feel this one slipping away second by second.
23 for Halliburton following this foul. A 24-point showing for the senior. It is now 89-74, 65 seconds to go. North with the lead, about to up their record to 4-0 and about to win a 23rd consecutive conference game. Kroll on the miss.
Derek Kroll denied on that fadeaway there. See if he can hit it from three. Banks off the rim again.
Thomas out of bounds.
Oh, he steps out, and that's frustrating for a guy who's had a really, really nice night. He's certainly not the reason they're going to lose this game. He's been incredible not only offensively with the trays, but also, as we discussed, defensively. He's really been up there in the front court, forcing the issue, and really good on defense. All-around effort tonight from number 24.
Hitting 7 threes as a travel goes against Anderson, but 7 threes for Thomas, 5 of which came in the first half. 42.8 seconds to go. 15-point lead for North. The score, I don't think, will be indicative of the way this game was played up until about the last, give or take, few minutes of the contest, when all of a sudden North just stole momentum. Everything went their direction. A couple of dunks, some big-time threes. Thomas, over the back, rebound for Kroll. 30 seconds left. Hassel on the three. Thomas battling for the board, hauled in by Dang. That's going to be all she writes on this Friday. North will stay number 1 in Division I. They will improve to 4-0. Oshkosh West will drop to 4-1. Both teams will next be in action coming up on Tuesday. North at Hortonville West here against Kaukauna. Final seconds tick off, 89-74, the final.
And a big reason why they won right there, number 14, Tyrese Halliburton, one of the best players in the state of Wisconsin, comes in here into a hostile environment, a really loud Oshkosh West crowd, answered in a huge way, and not just him, also his partner in crime, Quincy Anderson, had a really incredibly nice game. Both men showing why they're incredible basketball players, but really Tyrese Halliburton is just a transcendent talent. I mean, we see it, the slam dunks, the passing, the threes, the ability to defend everybody from the point guard to the 6'9" center. This is the reason the Iowa State Cyclones wanted this young man, and this is the reason he'll be playing at a college level very soon.
Both 3 in double figures. A total of 27 for Carter Thomas, 23 for Derek Kroll, 11 for Luke Hassel, and losing effort for the Wildcats. For the Spartans, they get 37 from Quincy Anderson, 24 from Tyrese Halliburton, and 11 from Goot Dang in a game that was a 4-point lead for the Spartans at the break. They win the second half battle, 43-32 to take the contest, 89-74. That will do it for our game broadcast from Oshkosh West High School. For Nick Bodie and our entire Oshkosh media crew, Matt Mitchell saying so long and good night. North, they take it over West, 89-74. You've been watching boys high school basketball from Oshkosh Media.